So this is going to be a quick rundown of what happened at UFC 219 between Holm and Cris Cyborg. Just the main card, none of the prelims on this result. So please, thank you for listening. Please like and share. Let's get into it. So the first fight on the main card of UFC 219 was Carlos Conduit versus Neil Magny, and this saw the return of Carlos Conduit since his last defeat against Damian Maia. And the fight went with Neil Magny just dominating the fight through his wrestling and putting Carlos Conduit against the fence and then taking him down. It was pretty much one-sided. Carlos Conduit never really seemed to have anything to really affect Neil Magny, and by the third round, his coaches and his team were telling him he needed a knockout, which just never came. So Neil Magny won the fight by unanimous decision. Then the next fight was Carla Esparza versus Cynthia Calvillo. This fight was very back and forth, with Cynthia winning the first round hands down, then the second round being a very close, toss-up, go either way. Then I would have had the third for Carla Esparza. So to me personally, I thought it was a draw, but either way, you could have given it this round to anybody. So the judges gave it to Carla Esparza, which is, it's one of those fights. It's one of could go either way. But on the rating of entertainment wise, it was pretty good. Not a lot in sense of like overall fighting. It was a lot of takedowns and a lot of right hands, so it wasn't too bad. Next was Dan Hooker versus Mark DeCasey. I was expecting, a lot of things from Mark DeCasey because I've seen him fight in London and the guy was phenomenal. But this fight, yeah, it was kind of boring. The first round, you could just give it away of, they were just feeling each other out. But then the second round came around, everybody started looking more bored. I think I even saw Mike Tyson just looking uninterested as hell. But, it was just, I think it was all just a feeling out kind of fight. And it just didn't lead to anything. So in the third round, Dan Hooker got, I think it was a guillotine against Mark DeCasey when Mark DeCasey tried shooting in. But yeah, it wasn't very interesting. Funny thing, Dan Hooker asked for, to see if people wanted to see him fight again. Everybody started booing. So, not the best fight. It was probably the worst fight on the main card. Now, this was the fight that a lot of people were looking forward to. The grappler versus the striker. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Edson Barboza. And man, this wasn't even a fight. This was just straight mauling. Khabib mauled Edson Barboza for 3 rounds. It got to the point where I was like, man, I want to throw in the towel. I literally just picked up a towel and I threw it because Edson Barboza just got destroyed. Granted he tried and he, kept on fighting for the whole 3 rounds like a warrior, but man, Khabib was just a monster. He just controlled. Look at this. Look at the control time. It's just crazy. Khabib is on some next level. His post-fight interview with Joe Rogan was hilarious. Called out. Not really even called out either of them. When given the name Conor and Tony Ferguson, he just said number one, his catchphrase, and said he'd rather fight Tony Ferguson because, Conor McGregor's got too much money. Man, Khabib is an extremely humble guy as well, but damn, he didn't even look tired. Watch that fight again. He looked like he could go another 2 rounds easy. Khabib's just a beast, He's literally like Zangief, a smaller version of Zangief. So, and the main event between Holly Holm versus Cris Cyborg, it was a good fight. Holly Holm did surprisingly really well in the beginning of the fight. She put Cris Cyborg against the fence, go in the clinch. She would land a few shots and then get her in the clinch. But then it was only a matter of time until Cris Cyborg just started landing with those rights. And it just accumulated to the point where Holly Holm just didn't really have an answer. And by the third round, by near the end of the third round, Cris Cyborg just started teeing off on Holm right near the end of the round. And if Cyborg had a little bit more time, my prediction of Cris Cyborg winning that fight by the third round would have come true. But, you know, Holly was saved by the bell. So the fight went all the way to decision, which was, again, one of my other predictions. So, but yeah, Holm lost to Cris Cyborg on points. Not really surprising. What I was surprised about was the way Cris Cyborg handled herself. Holm really did well. You know, she surprisingly was quite strong against Cris Cyborg, but it went down the way we thought it was going to. So this card was pretty good. Nothing amazing. You're not going to remember it. You know, it was good to see Khabib again. You know, it's always good to see Cris Cyborg fight. And I will be doing another video on Cris Cyborg, who can stop her. And in my opinion, I think there's a few ladies out there that can do it. So thank you for listening and watching. Please like and subscribe and take care. Have a good day.